All right. Every Monday, I certainly enjoy trending stories with my brother Marco. And we talk about all the crazy and interesting things happening on the internet. Enjoy. Here's trending stories.
Hello and welcome to Trending Stories on this Monday morning. Congratulations to everybody who made it through the weekend. Just as a good weekend to make it through. It was good weather actually where I was. From. I don't know about you, Danny, but
Same.
yeah,
Same.
not bad.
Yesterday was beautiful, nice day. Had been very cold and bitter, and yesterday gave us a little glimpse of something more mild, which was nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Make sure you hit share, like, and comment, and let us know what you'd like to hear. These trending stories are trending all over the internet. You get them first here each and every Monday with myself, Marco, and Danny Gurry. Did you have a great weekend, or what happened there?
I did. So two big things happened on Friday. The radio station where I worked, one of them, the sister station, WFMD AM 930, who has picked up Christmas Cash for Kids, which, if you remember, brother,
I do remember.
That way back in the day, it was at Z104 where we were both employed. Well,
correct.
Z104 gave it up, and WFMD smartly said, we will take that on. Well, this, and I say this with sweetness in my voice, this little AM radio station in Frederick, Maryland on Friday afternoon wrapped up 1 week of Christmas Cash for Kids, $134,000
Nice.
was collected to give Christmas to just over, I think, 1,300 or something like that, children in Frederick County. And amazing. I mean, amazing that is, an AM radio station really on its own. 49 years Christmas Cash for Kids has been going. And I cannot wait. I've already started to think about what are we going to do for year 50 next year. It's going to be humongous, but $134,000. And then Sunday, WFRE wrapped up Toys for Tots for the Marines. And a friend of mine reached out through Facebook, said, hey, I know you're involved with the radio station. I just did an open house Christmas party and collected 400 toys for kids for Toys for Tots. So we delivered that yesterday, and oh God, was that phenomenal. So yeah, it was a very feel-good week and weekend.
Yeah, well, and while we're doing that, I have to just say at Thursday and Friday at the radio station that I work for, which is K100 in Toledo, we did our annual radiothon for St. Jude, and last year we raised $74,000 in 2 days, and I'm proud to say that Thursday and Friday we raised $80,000 plus. To go to St. Jude and to help kids fighting cancer. So it is that time of year.
The WFRE does St. Jude's too. So their radiothon, or our radiothon, comes up soon. So that's cool.
Yeah. So well, fantastic.
Yeah. Well done.
Good causes all the way around. Of course, it's December. It's a few days till Christmas here, and it is the Christmas time spirit. So the spirit of giving is out and about, especially since everything around the world isn't not really going great as far as having money, doing things, and of course some of these trending stories insane. We're going to get to the most insane in just a couple of seconds, but before we hit that one, I want to hit you with, I don't know if you've been seeing what's going on in New Jersey with these drones. This is insane. I'll just play this for you here. This is like 20 nights in a row here. These drones, and these aren't just somebody flying drones. This is actually, these are car-sized, the size of minivans, drones in the air. Now, don't be fooled about these lights, because it does look like, everyone's like, oh, say, it's a plane, and it's this and that, and it's like, no, it's definitely not a plane, and it's not a helicopter, and even though it has lights, it does otherworldly things. I'll do one of these things, outmanned a jet. by, I guess, going to a full speed of, doing stuff that a normal drone is not going to be able to do. But it's insane.
Funny. I have seen like the press conferences with the police, but I haven't seen that footage yet. So wild.
Oh my gosh, yeah, and it's been every night, and it's just mind boggling actually, because these things are coming out, and the FBI is saying, hey, we don't really know what's going on, and people keep saying, oh, this is just a regular drone. Now here, I'm going to play this for you. Now this is another one of these drones, but watch what this drone does when this is an F-15 fighter pilot in a jet. Watch this drone. It's just gone. Look at that. I mean, that just accelerated like 10 miles. So it's not a drone that's just sitting there. He left. That's an F-15, that blinking plane right up there. It's a fighter jet. It's one of the best we have in our artillery, and this thing just goes ahead and just leaves it in the dust by miles. So they can't get these things. And even though they look at this thing is just going back and forth and just accelerating at speeds that's going across the sky there. I mean, it really doesn't do it justice because how far it is.
It's so hard because you don't have any reference to the size or anything, because obviously it's in the sky. But I just watched an interview with someone who said that, and this was a while ago, there were F-15s doing some test missions off the coast of San Diego, where I used to live. And there were Navy was on the USS Nimitz that I had a lot of friends who were deployed on before. They were doing some test missions, and they flew up upon an unidentified object that, like you just said, these guys are going like Mach 1 or whatever it is. And this thing flew so fast past them, out of their vision. And not only that, the thing that freaked them out is that it went from way up in the atmosphere and dropped to sea level in like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And it disappeared. They couldn't find it. They didn't know where it went. And it ended up where they were headed, which was like not just a straight route. Like this thing knew what they were doing, or read their radar, or did whatever. And it freaked out a lot of the pilots who are flying. So it's knows insane. What's happening?
I mean, these things are flying really low, and people they see the lights. Now, these lights look like lights that would be on a typical plane or a typical, but even though they're doing things that, and people are like, oh, well, it's just somebody flying a drone. No, there's been a no fly for, I'm actually a drone pilot. I have a drone pilot's license. And so when you have a no fly, your drone won't even work. So if I had let's say I had my DJI Maverick 3, I could take it out there, but it wouldn't start up, because they're able to ground all drones if, in case of something happens. So there's a no fly over New Jersey, except they're flying. And this is like the 15th night in a row that these things have been in the sky and just doing things that are just not of this world. FBI is they don't know what's going on. And so it's baffling.
Well, the crazy thing is now we're just talking about it like it's normal. That's what kills me. Like, we're just having a press conference about these unidentified objects. Yep. No big, this is what we do now.
We have done so much since 2020 with the start of COVID, and then everything that's happened until right now, that I don't think the American population could care less really about anything. No. But that is one thing. And I know we usually go back and forth, but I'm going to do my segment here, because this is really the story of all stories. This is just a fascinating, just crazy event. I'm sure you're keeping track with what's going on here in New York City. This assassination attempt. I'll just play a quick bit of this here.
New York City police say they recovered what they believe is the shooter's backpack in Central Park. That's where the gunman fled after shooting Thompson in front of a hotel in Midtown Manhattan early Wednesday morning. While the backpack may serve as a valuable clue, the search is now expanding well beyond New York City and now includes the FBI and more than 80 police departments nationwide.
Investigators now believe the gunman left New York on a bus shortly after the shooting. NYPD sources say they have more than 200 images of the person they want to question, but they have not named a suspect or determined a motive. Meanwhile, the shooter...
Okay, so there you go. That's just a little bit of it, but I
Yeah.
mean, this story is captivating the whole country, the whole world, really, and the backlash. And I could do probably 4 straight hours without stopping on the fascinating series of events that have happened. Because obviously, it's so funny that the people that are so out of touch, they're like, because let's backtrack. So that happens, and the social media goes nuts. I don't know if you want to add anything on here, but the social media comments are sick. I mean, you have to start these conversations by saying, look, somebody lost a husband, they lost a brother, a son, some human being was murdered in cold blood, and then the outpouring backlash comments are insane that have followed.
They are insane.
But
and they
they
make
insane?
you think. They make you go, maybe there's something to this. First of all, seeing this on camera, and I think that was the only camera that captured what happened. So seeing somebody walk up like that was like a movie, right? Which makes you believe immediately this person was not someone whose coverage was denied. This is somebody who literally was hired and probably does this on a frequent basis, right?
Yeah.
His gun jammed. He had a silencer.
Yeah, that you
He
just
was
don't
calm. He took his shots. He walked away from the scene. He didn't freak out.
Yeah. And there was inscriptions on the bullets.
The images and the backpack are not left by this person. I don't think he would have been that sloppy. So I do believe maybe this is just getting them on the wrong track or something like that. I don't know.
What did you hear? What they found in the backpack?
With the Monopoly money
and the jacket. So
he's letting them find things and get things that he wants them to find to confuse them or plant or whatever. Like, this guy is not just letting his image be put out there without knowing exactly what he's doing, I think.
He also etched on the bullets, defend, depose, delay, which is what insurance companies. Now, here's what's fascinating happened. So all of the social media comes out, and there are some funny comments. Again, you have to say, oh my gosh, somebody died. But, hey, I'm sorry this guy died, but I'm sure his service was out of coverage. I mean, there's just so many. So United Healthcare, they rebuke almost 44% of all claims. They reject the claims. They reject so many claims that this CEO actually hired an AI firm to start to do this because it was overwhelming them, as many people as they were denying. So they hired a company to deny more people, and of course that saves the company money. Now this company made $6 billion last year on profit, and so people are asking, well, I mean, how much? And so it's very frustrating. If you have a family member, a relative, yourself, you've been denied. This has been a problem long ago. But here's what's happened. So traditionally, it's always left versus right. And here's the problem with left versus. I'm just going to try to break it down very simply because we don't have a lot of time here. But anytime there's a problem, it's left versus right. You got about half the people on the left. You got about half on the right. I think there's probably a little bit more on the right, but let's just say 50-50. So we're constantly 50-50ing each other. What this has done is it's done something different, and this is happening as we speak right now, and it's fascinating to me. Now it's not 50-50, because if you see what Ben Shapiro actually went on and was defending, people saying, hey, this guy lost his life, I can't believe you, and they're turning on him. Did you see that? Ben Shapiro's last video, oh my God, they're in it. And so you're saying, well, what's happening? Now it's turned from left versus right, 50-50, to have not. And have not is 1% to 2% and 98%. And these people here are left and right. They're like, hey, you're rich and you're making money off of us, and we can't afford anything anymore. And the lower to middle class is all being squeezed together. And now it's the rich versus the poor. And let me tell you something, that is how the French Revolution started, and where the saying "eat the rich." When they have nothing else to eat, they'll start eating the rich. That's that quote. So this is insane what's happening, and I'm telling you, we are on the precipice. I tweeted the other day, if one more of these things happen, it's God help us, because you won't be able to stop what's going to happen to these
Well,
rich
is
people.
it true that this CEO was going to be brought to Capitol Hill to potentially be questioned
Yeah.
about some insider trading going on?
Yeah, a few months ago, he sold off over $100 million worth of stock because he knew that they were being investigated. And of course, Nancy Pelosi's name is in the middle of that whole thing. So that's a whole side thing that's going on.
That right there is what has me believing that this was not somebody who was denied coverage,
Yeah.
right? That right there has me believing there is some more vicious and targeted reason for this, whether it had something to do with that, whether it was somebody from his own group or anything else. I don't know, but they always say follow the money, and I agree with that. So it's very interesting, and it's terrible, awful that this guy potentially got caught up in whatever it was.
Well, not only that, also the fact that the shooter knew the exact schedule, and not only the exact schedule that because he wasn't staying at the hotel that the conference was at, so somebody would have to have inside knowledge there. There's just a lot that says this might be a professional, and maybe it is because the old classic "look over here" while we're doing something over here is always in play. But whatever it is, it's fascinating what's actually happening because now the regular people, all of us poor people, all the people that are, we're now involved in this class warfare. And let me tell you something, boy, it goes to hell in a handbasket quick because. But I thought the funniest things that I saw online were people were posting all over, hey, it's funny, Blue Cross Blue Shield just approved. I was waiting 9 months and United Healthcare just approved. Everybody was getting, it's like someone's like, approve. But the backlash is crazy. Have you seen all these CEOs have taken their LinkedIn profiles down? They've all taken their off of their websites who the CEO is, which, by the way, is illegal because of the SEC. You have to actually have, at least if you're a publicly traded company, you have to have your board members on somewhere to be seen. This is just an insane story that just is. This is going to go well into 2025.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Do you have one you want to do?
What did I send you? Let's see.
I sent you perhaps the funniest one that I just died laughing on. You sent the golf cart. I saw that. That was hysterical. Yeah, you haven't sent jack shit, dude. Here, let's just do. Jesus.
Maybe I just laughed at the ones you sent. I've watched a lot.
Holy shit! Here, let's just do this one.
What?
And he disappears into a 40-foot hole. So, because we're going to look at some of these things. So let me pause right here. So here you see the cone and you see the line and then you see obvious ground under repair. Is that obvious to everybody?
Yeah, I guess it would be.
And then he just says, I don't need any of this.
I know why he steps over the freaking barrier.
Yeah.
I mean, what's he trying to get a better view of whomever's speaking?
I don't know.
It, though. Hopefully, at the very front of the line is the sign that says number of days since last accident, like Homer Simpson, and there's a big 0.
Well, actually,
I did see your comment though, because when you sent this to me, and the sign at the
right
top
here that says "Adios, Don Andres," and people are calling this guy Don because he went adios. But some of the comments, obviously, the first few are hysterical. How about, I wonder why this barrier and safety cones are here for. Next one, no survival skills whatsoever.
Rules don't apply to me.
Oh, yeah. I do what I want. Clearly marked with tape and he stepped over the tape. Of course.
Yeah. When you're trying to sneak into the meeting late.
Me trying to be quiet while going to the fridge in the middle of the night.
Yes. Oh my God.
And then it said, so his name was Andres. And there's my comment because that name right there on the sign says it all, man.
Adios.
Adios, Don.
That's great. That was a good one.
All right. So there you go. What do you got going on for your rest of today on Good Morning Frederick, Dan?
Well, all this week, actually, and even into next week, we are introducing our viewers to some youth entrepreneurs. And I would say these are kids, but dude, let me tell you, we've got kids here in Frederick County developing um, things to help stroke victims recover quicker. These are kids in high school.
Wow.
We also have a student who has created something with AI to not only help teachers, but to help students get answers to questions after the class is over. It's being used right now and phenomenal. And I'm going to be talking to them over the next couple of weeks. We have about 15 youth entrepreneurs we've interviewed. So it's really cool.
That is awesome. Well, all that and more coming up at your trending stories. Thank you so much for being here each and every day. We appreciate that. Dan, thank you for letting me invade your space here. Make sure you hit share, like, and comment. Let us know what you think of the whole assassination attempt, what you think there, the UAPs in New Jersey. That's a crazy story. And of course, if you have any other videos of people being dumb, we like those. We like those as well. Share, like, and comment. Any questions, comments, motivational statements before you get out of here, Dan?
Well, I am on the countdown to Christmas, I think, like everybody else. And now I'm in full panic mode because we're very soon into the double digits of December, which means very few days left. So,
yeah. But you can win some fabulous stuff for your stocking stuffers from you. You're giving away over 200 prizes for your 200 show.
Yes. Well, all that. Yes, you just come by the home of everything Frederick anytime and pull a number off the wall when you subscribe and text, and you could get a great prize to give to somebody else or keep for yourself.
Love that. All right. Well, have a fantastic rest of your Monday. More of Good Morning Frederick on the way. Thanks a lot for hanging out with us right here.
Trending steady. It's trending on Twitter.
It's huge. It's trending all over the internet.
All right. Want to thank my brother for that.